Well, good morning, everybody. I have another drive-in video. I'm going to head into Carlsbad, and Carlsbad has a Lowe's home improvement center, and that's where I'm headed. I'm going to take I don't think this is a buy-in trip. This is a reconnaissance trip. I'm going to take a look at some wall-mounted AC units. I have one in the little house. But it's pretty old, and I'm going to guess pretty inefficient. So I've got some measurements of it, and I'm going to, because I need to make it exactly the same as the one that's in there now, and I want to look at prices and efficiencies and things of that nature. And I want to get an idea of what's available in the Lowe's. So I'm going to bring you with me. So I don't feel like I'm going alone. Dottie is not with me today. You notice the seat's empty beside me, and there's a good reason for that. This is day 2. George is spending the day inside the house, and went really well yesterday. George hid under the couch for a while, but came out and sat in my lap twice for a long time, and that's really, I gotta say, it's never happened before. And that tells you how kind of uneasy he was, where he wanted to sit in my lap. But I brought him back out this morning, and I didn't want him to be alone in the house, so I'm leaving Dottie and he together. So George would be a little bit more comfortable. It's man, it's hard sometimes to deal with your animals. I got a new vet, and I really like the new vet. Transferred all my per-ump records, and she's Dottie, because of a little bit of arthritis. Dottie has a little bad knee on the front right leg, and some arthritis in one of the hips or one of the legs. And I've been on Rimadyl, which is an NSAID for animals. And she said, Dottie's a little young to be on NSAIDs, and there's a worry about kidney damage and things like that. She said, let's try some alternatives. So the first one we're trying is fish oil and, what's the other thing? I'll tell you later. It's fish oil's one, and it's not linseed oil. It's something else. Flaxseed oil. So I put dosages in morning and night, and we're gonna see how she does. And she doesn't complain. You can't tell that the way I can tell that she's in pain is when, like, she struggles to jump up on my lap or jump up on the couch. And we'll just gauge it that way, because when she's on those 2 NSAID pills a day, she doesn't have an issue. But that's long-term. That's going to hurt her body. We'll see if these natural over the next week. Then if that doesn't work, she gave me samples for a different kind of doggy NSAID that is less likely to cause damage. So we'll try that one as well. And worst case, we'll switch to that one. But best case is these flaxseed and fish oil. It's just, one's a pill that I pull the pill out, and it's all powder, and the other is the fish oil is in a gel capsule. So I cut off the top and I drip it in, and I mix everything into her hamburger and vegetable mixture. I don't know if I don't think I reported this. So the great thing, just to give you a little background, over a year ago, I brought Dottie into the vet, and they said, well, she's got a grade 3, and I think there are 5 grades of heart murmur. And when you get into grade 4 and 5, you're getting into congestive heart failure and all kinds of really horrible problems. So the vet said, well, she was 31 pounds, let's get her down to 26 and see if that helps. Well, I just stopped feeding Dottie snacks and just the dinners, and it got her down to 26 pounds, and it went from a grade 3 to a grade 1 that's of last spring. And then when I brought her in, the vet said, you know, if you hadn't told me she had a heart murmur, I would have said I didn't detect a murmur, because she said I was really looking for it and I could barely hear it. So it's almost gone, which is really, that's really good news. I didn't bring George in. George doesn't need any vaccines or anything now. And I didn't want to further traumatize him by bringing him in the car in a cage to the vet. Oh my gosh. I think I'll wait maybe to fall to do that. Anyway, that's the report from the vet. I'm pretty excited about having a vet that I really like. And the vet, she got on the floor with me and Dottie, and she was great. So I'm grateful that I have found a great vet. So next we'll show you coming in from the outskirts of Carlsbad. Well, here we are coming into Carlsbad, and I just noticed a sign like Living Desert Museum. I don't know what that's about, but I guarantee you one of these days I'm gonna pull in there and check it out, and I promise I'll bring you with me. So here we are, Southeast New Mexico College. There's a college here. Didn't know that. Now, my feelings about the area and the cities or towns. I've talked quite a bit of Artesia. Artesia is my favorite. I think my number 2 might be Roswell, and number 3 only because it's so friggin' busy here. And Carlsbad is Carlsbad. There's nothing wrong with it. It just seems more metropolitan than the other areas, and hence there's a Lowe's here. So that tells you something. And I think it's coming up really soon up here on the right. And this may be the Ford dealership that I bring the truck to up on the left here, because I tried to get an appointment in Artesia and that did not go well. I went online, requested an appointment, and I never heard from them. So I might try this one. It looks a little bit bigger. And here's the Lowe's up here. And like I said, I'm going to look at some AC units and do a little window shopping. I'm not going to buy anything. Famous last words, right? But I'm just going to do a little bit of reconnaissance for the AC. I didn't even do the measurements, so there's no way I can buy one. But I have one in the little house, and it's working fine, but I think it's pretty old, so it's probably not very efficient. So, and you know me, I like my gadgets. Look at the garden place here. This looks pretty robust. Very robust. Yeah, this is good stuff here. So I will show you a little bit of inside depending on how crowded it is. If it's really crowded, people look at you funny when they see that you're recording. I'll see you in a few minutes. Well, here I am at Lowe's. This is a big one. Very nice looking. And I like to just kind of wander around. And I love looking at hardware and garden stuff. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm wandering aimlessly here. I know I said I wasn't shopping, but I'm recording this as a voiceover because the sound was so bad inside here, echoey, and just so I'm doing this in post-production here and doing a voiceover so you can hear me very clearly. All sorts of power tools, anything you could possibly imagine. And in the center aisle there, all that stuff is on sale. I think I made it all the way down to lumber. And I think at this point I was trying to hunt down the air conditioners. And yes, you can see I'm prepared. I'm prepared to make purchases. But it's not going to be what you think. I think I'm zeroing in here. I'm having trouble remembering exactly where I was. Yeah, I made it to the air conditioners. Now, I thought there would be more of them. So I checked these out. They're all between $200 and $300 for the smallest one is 5,000. The white one in the middle is 5,000 BTUs, and there's I think an 8,000. The other ones, and like I said, I wasn't prepared to buy this. Mostly I didn't do measurements, so I wouldn't buy one without knowing the measurements of what I needed for the hole that's already in the wall with the existing one. But I wasn't that impressed with the selection here. I think if I get a new one, I think I'll probably do some research and do it over Amazon. We'll see, though. I read the outside of all the boxes here and tried to figure out what's what. Then I found something that I can really use. And I'm going to show you right here why I got this stuff. I got a version of it that I think it's going to be here in a minute. I'll show you in the basket what I eventually got, and I'll show you what I'm going to use this to cover on the little house. I'm having trouble making up my mind here. But I will assure you, when I finally made up my mind and I got home and checked it out, I ended up making a pretty good decision. There, I got it. And I think a little later I'll show it in the cart. And to going outside into the lawn and garden area with all the plants and stuff. I'm not big on buying plants or anything, but I sure like to be around them and to go up and down the aisles with all these wonderful plants. It's one of my favorite things to do in Lowe's and Home Depot is go through these aisles. And I did look at a couple of prices. I mean, if you want a bunch of plants, it's not inexpensive. And there it is. And I will show you right here. This is the fencing I'm going to be covering. So I got 2 of them. I don't know why I didn't just buy one. I wanted to make sure it would work, and I'll have to come by and get more. But I think that'll look a lot better, don't you think? And I just wanted to take a peek out here to the more stuff they have outside this caged area. There's even more. This is a big Lowe's. Look at all this stuff they have out there. I will say this, though, but when you look stuff in the app and it tells you where to find it, the way the aisles and stuff are laid out, it's not very intuitive at all. Yeah, I know it's with those 2 bundles that thing's a little bit of an overkill, but also I'm looking here, and I didn't have the measurements to replace my Dometic toilet seat with a wood one. it's one of those, but I need to measure to make sure it's not going to be weird. So I'll measure it when I come back. I'll get one of those. You can get one for about $20, and it's a lot better than the plastic. I do have the ceramic bowl, but the seat and backing is pretty cheap on the Dometic, so I think I want to replace that. I just won't be able to do that exactly today. But if memory serves, I'm about to find something else here that I do need and I'm going to want. And I think it's down here. I find it down here on the left-hand side. Nope. I don't know what I was thinking here. None of this stuff is anything I need or anything that I'm even interested in. And here we are. I just wanted one of these canisters that I can mix water and a little bit of cleaning fluid to like clean the outside of the house, without bringing a hose in and stuff, and just keeping things clean, spraying down furniture, things get dusty. So I figured out which one of those is going to be best for me. It's not that one. I think it's the one over on the right I finally ended up getting. That was like an $8 one. I'm like, I could do a little bit better than that. So I got the $15 one there on the left, I think. Yeah, that one. That was the final decision. Traffic coming by. That's pretty much all the things I got. I'm still wandering around just because it's recreational for me. Well, guys, that is my adventure in Lowe's. And when I said I was just looking and not buying, none of you believed me anyway, did you? So I bought stuff, as you can see. So now I'm headed back, and that's going to be it for today's video. I love it that you are, I got to put my seatbelt on, because I'm always forgetting that. Got it. I appreciate you watching and coming along with me. Thank you, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video.